Hi, my name is Laura Agaba, and I am a district manager and independent consultant with Arbonne International. I'm really glad that you're here with me today, and I just want to get to share with you a little bit about our business model, our products, and why I think Arbonne is the best business opportunity out there. So first of all, I'll tell you a little bit about my personal story. I never have I ever wanted to own my own business. I was never interested. I never had any dreams or hopes about being my own business owner, but I had a little girl, Eden, and I was having to work full time, and I was having to send her to daycare, and I was teaching full time, and I was just honestly, I didn't love it. I didn't want to be away from her, and I didn't want to have to work full time away from her. But as a teacher, I didn't really have any options. You can't teach from home because teachers have to go to work, and that meant I had to leave my daughter. And so I was just in a stage of life where I didn't really want to be in that phase, but I didn't see any way out. And then my sister started her business. And when she first told me she was starting a business with Arbonne, I remember thinking, oh, great. Now I'm going to have to buy these products, whatever they are, just to support her. I can't believe she's doing this. And, I bought a couple things, and I remember thinking, okay, go have your little, lipstick mascara business. There's no way that's going to be serious. But then I noticed that it started making a really big difference for her financially. And I kind of took note of that. And then I tried some of the products, and I will share a little bit about my story there later on. But needless to say, I was amazed at the products that I tried. So I paid more attention. And then I noticed that Elise, my sister, was paying childcare bills, utility bills. The money she was making a big difference in her life. And I was thinking to myself, I have childcare bills. I have other bills. Maybe this would work for me. I could give it a try. That was May of 2014. So that was about 3 years ago. And I launched my Arbonne business. And it has been a journey of growth and development. And it's just a continual story of falling more and more in love with this company and the products and just the options that this business has given my family. So I'll share a little bit more about that later, but I want to tell you about the company because you're probably thinking, what even is Arbonne? And so Arbonne is a personal health and skincare and cosmetic nutrition company. And we are based in Switzerland. We started in Switzerland in 1980. We were founded by a man named Peter Mork. And basically, Peter looked around the cosmetic industry at the time, the skincare industry at the time, and he was really disappointed with what he saw because there were very few regulations about what could go into products. And so people were just using products without even realizing it that had all of these ingredients that were toxic and harmful for the skin, harmful for the body. And Peter understood that a lot of what you put onto your skin gets absorbed into your bloodstream, some of it as quickly as 26 seconds. And so he looked around and thought, this is not right. This is not the way. This shouldn't be the only options that people have. So he started Arbonne, and his goal and his heart in starting the company was to have skincare that was available to people that was pure, safe, and beneficial. So it was good for you and also worked really well. And so he started Arbonne. And basically, ever since then, the company has grown, expanded, moved into new countries, obviously moved from Europe into America now and all over the world. And from the very beginning, we were founded on the same principles that we still operate on now: pure, safe, and beneficial. A little bit later, I'll explain to you our ingredient policy, but I'll just tell you now that we have always had the same standards. We've always been a company of integrity when it comes to what we put into our products and how we source them. We are responsibly and reasonably sourced, and we are animal friendly, and we are kind to the earth, and we are kind to the body. And so that has been kind of the driving force in the company from the very beginning, and it still is now. So I want to explain a little bit to you about how the business model works. So we are what's called a network marketing company or a word of mouth advertising company. So basically, if you think about it, we all naturally tell each other about things that we love, things that we believe in, things that we're passionate about. And that's what Arbonne does. If I told you, I just saw this great movie, you should go see it, and you do go see it, and you love it, that's great. But I'm not going to get a commission check for that. The movie theater is not going to write me a thank you note. But with Arbonne, basically, I tell people about the products that I love, and then when they try them, I get a commission for that. So it's basically, the business model is relying on people doing what we all do, which is share things that we love with each other. And so that's how the basic structure of the business model works. I want to share a little bit of information with you about how network marketing is different from your traditional marketing model. So if you see here on the screen, when you have a traditional marketing model, traditional retail model, you have a manufacturer, a wholesaler, a warehouser, a sales force, retailers, and then the consumer. And so when you go to the department store and you buy a bottle of whatever it is you're buying as the consumer, you're not just paying for the product. You're paying for the product and the cut for the retailers, the cut for the sales force, the warehouser, the wholesaler, and the manufacturer. So you're paying a lot more than what you're actually getting. And the way that we do it in Arbonne is that we have the manufacturer, and the consumer orders the products directly from the manufacturer through the independent consultant. And this model is better in so many ways. So first of all of that money that's being saved in that middle chunk there, if you can see with the independent consultant, it cuts out all of those other steps. And all of the money that is saved by cutting out all of those steps is reused in other ways. First of all, it's put back into our R&D, research and development. We use the best botanical ingredients from all over the world. And we responsibly source them. And a lot of that takes money. It takes money to do things the responsible way. It takes not as much money to do things the easy way, the cheap way. We don't do that as a company. We do things the responsible way. And so it does take more money to develop our products. Also, if we're competing with companies that use whatever chemicals or ingredients are cheap, we're trying to get our botanical ingredients to do the even better job. It takes a lot of research, a lot of development. And so in order to produce that product that truly is not only pure and safe, but also very beneficial, we put a lot of money back into research and development. Also, that money that's being saved, the money that's not having to go to all of those middlemen, it means that there's not a huge markup. So when you're getting a product, you're actually paying for the product. You're not paying for all those markups. So as a consumer, you get a really good product at a really good price. And then the third benefit is that as consultants, we get a really generous compensation package. So this model works really well for the consumer, and it works really well for the consultant. And so it's just a really great business model in general. And that is how we as a company operate. So I'm back. The next thing I want to share is that we are a global company, like I said. So we are in countries all over the world. Like I said, we started in Switzerland, but now we are in Canada as well. We're obviously in the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, Australia, Poland, Taiwan, and we're expanding all the time. And so it's really exciting to get to be a part of a company that is doing so well that it just keeps growing into other markets and other countries. And it's not something that only works in a certain type of country. It just works across the board. It's not limited to one type of culture. It's just beautiful products and a beautiful business plan that just makes sense regardless of where it's being done, which I love. And so it is a global opportunity. I'm going to come back to you now. The next thing that I want to share is how we work as consultants. So we work really hard, but we also work really smart. So we really depend a lot on leveraging our time. So for example, working full-time at Arbonne is considered to be about 15 hours a week, which there's no other full-time job on the planet that is 15 hours a week. The other full-time job that I have being a mom is like however many hours there are in a week plus some hours. So 15 hours a week is so little, but you can make a full-time income working 15 hours a week. And the way that works is because we leverage our time. So for example, right now, instead of me just talking to one person at one time, I'm talking to everyone that will ever watch this, and I'm only having to do it once. So I'm leveraging my time. I'm making my little bit of time go a long way. In a similar way, when I work my 15 hours a week, I get paid on that. Then I also get paid on all of the hours that all of the people on my team work, which means that if I'm getting paid for my 15 hours of work every week, I'm making the money that comes from doing that work. And I'm also getting paid off of all of the hours of work that my team does. I might be getting paid off of 100 hours a week or 200 hours a week, but I'm still only doing my 15, which means that you can make a really, really amazing income and work really hard, but not have to work all of your time. And that's one thing that's really important to us as a company, is that we are tired of trading too much time for money. And so as a company, we don't trade all of our time for our money. We trade some of our time, and we trade it in a smart and in a wise way so that we get the most out of our time. And so, yeah, it's a really great business plan, a really great business model. The next thing I want to share with you is a little bit about the income possibility. So like I mentioned, we have teams. So everybody has a sponsor in the business, and then people sponsor. So for example, I said my sister sponsored me, and so I'm on her team. And then everybody that I sponsor in is on my team. So basically there are 4 different levels of the company. And I'll share this with you again. The income potential is just incredible. And I don't share these numbers with you to just share raw numbers, but because for me, each of these numbers represents real people that I know that started at the beginning of at the bottom of the company and have worked their way into the highest levels of this company. And so it's not just numbers. These are real people and real stories and real lives that are changed because of this business opportunity. So the first level of the company is a district manager. And district managers make between $200 and $950 a month. And that's an average. Everything's based on sales. The next level up is an area manager. And this is the level that I'll be at next. Area managers make on average from $950 to $350. $950 to $3,500 a month. And this is where most people are able to replace their income. Certainly for me, this would replace my income with teaching. The next level up is our regional vice president. At this level of the company, you get to have a free white Mercedes. You get to choose which one you want to drive, and Arbonne sends you a check to pay for it every month. And so that is a huge perk, driving a free car of your choice. In general, most of our regional vice presidents make between $3,500 and $16,000 a month, which is blowing my mind. But I know real men and women who are at this level of the company, and it is life-changing. And then, of course, the top level of the company are our national vice presidents, and they make on average $2,300 and up. Just this past month, one of my friends who's on my upline was one of the top income earners. So proud of her. She has changed so many lives with this business opportunity, with sharing it like I'm doing now. And so it is just a really incredible opportunity. The income potential, as you can see, is just really generous. So let me come back to you again. So the next thing that I want to talk about is why Arbonne and why now. So why is Arbonne the way to go at this point in time in history? So basically, we are the meeting place of such huge different industries right now. So we have, not only do we have skincare, which is a huge industry, we have cosmetics, huge industry. We also have personal care, things like shampoo, deodorant, toothpaste, things that everybody uses. And we also have nutrition. And so the demand for skincare, cosmetics, nutrition, those things are never going to go away. And a company that offers all of those things, which means you could literally have a client in anyone, is just really the place to be. It's consumable products, which means that people are falling in love with the products and they're reordering them from month to month, which means residual income. And so if you are thinking about, working your own business and your client base, once you get a client to be in love with your products, they're sold on it. And it's also, another reason why this business is so big right now and will continue to be big indefinitely is because we're an internet-based company. So right now, there's really forever, there will be a technology boom. And so we are a company that takes advantage of the skincare, the cosmetics, and the nutrition demand, and we do it via the technology boom. We are right at the heart of like so many markets. And so it is a really incredible time to be a part of Arbonne. The last thing I'll share about before I talk to you specifically about some of the products is what we call our Arbonne advantage with our products, with our ingredients. So we are a plant-based company. We blend the best of science and nature, which is what I talked about when I talked about our research and development department. We are the highest quality ingredients from all around the globe. All of our products are vegan certified. They're all pH correct and hypoallergenic. They're gluten-free. They're clinically proven. We never test on animals. Of course, we're dermatologist tested. We also don't formulate with any petroleum. Like I said, we don't use any animal products or byproducts, and we never test on animals. We don't use any chemical dyes or fragrances or artificial sweeteners or colors or flavors or parabens or phthalates. Basically, we don't use all that icky stuff that you don't want in your body. And I just want to come back to this again because I said that I would. We have been this way from the beginning. So a lot of companies now are becoming gluten-free or offering gluten-free or vegan options or non-GMO. We're also non-GMO. But they're offering those options because there's a market demand for it, not because as a company they have a conviction about using certain types of ingredients. And you better believe if that market demand went away, that they would stop offering those more expensive options like gluten-free and vegan. But we as a company, we offer these things not because there's a market demand, but because as a company, that's what's important to us. And so I love that we're not just meeting a market demand, we are having a huge boom because this is who we are as a company. And so anything that you use that has that Arbonne name on it, you can know that it's pure, safe, and beneficial. The last thing that I want to talk about is I just want to highlight a few products. I want to talk really briefly about our RE9 products, and I want to share a little story here. So the RE9 line is our anti-aging line, and it is unbelievable. When I first started trying some products, I went away with my sister for a weekend, and she had me use our RE9 line, which is our anti-aging skincare line, and our Genius pads, which is another incredible product. And I used them for 3 days. And when I came home, my husband could not believe the difference in my skin. So when my husband and I first met, I was living in Rwanda. And I had always had really bad skin, lots of acne, lots of red spots. And Rwandans are very blunt, and they just ask whatever questions they feel like asking. And so many of my students would, raise their hand in class like, "Teacher, excuse me, teacher, what happened? You have mosquito bites on your face?" And I was like, "No, they're not mosquito bites, they're pimples." Yeah, sure, they're mosquito bites. And my husband, then boyfriend, would always say like, "What is this on your face? Will it go away soon? How long will it be there?" And I was always like, "I don't know when it's going away. This is a problem for me." All of that to say, that's what he had been used to all the time he knew me. And so I came home from this 3 days away with my sister, and he looked at me and he was like, "What are you doing to your face? It looks amazing." And so I called my sister and I was like, "Whatever that is, I need it now, stat." I was an immediate believer because the difference was unreal. Like I had had problems with my skin forever. And so this RE9 line is amazing. The anti-aging properties just will blow you out of the water. I could dazzle you with so many different stories about people who have had just experiences of having their skin like returned to them after it had been problematic for so many years. But I'll just say it is the best on the market. It has outperformed every other skincare company out there, both department stores and other network marketing companies. And it is just in blind clinical trials, it wins every time. It is the best on the market. And we also have a 45-day money-back guarantee. So if you don't love it, you don't have to keep it, which means that you can shop with confidence that you're not going to waste money because you can get it back if you don't love it. But you'll love it. So the RE9 line is great. All of our skincare lines are great. We have several others as well. but that's just the only one I'm going to highlight right now. The other thing that I have to talk about is our nutrition line. And I have to talk about it because it has literally changed my life. So if the skincare products changed my skin, the nutrition products literally changed my life, because I had always struggled with my weight, with food, with not enjoying healthy options, always wanting junk. And our program, our 30 Days to Healthy Living, which is a program that utilizes a lot of our nutrition products, literally changed my life, my body, my mindset about food, everything. A lot of my friends have been through this program. These are some of the befores and afters of people who have been through the program. We teach you how to use our supplements, how to eat clean, how to love food that is good for you. I could share a lot more about that as well, and I'd be so happy to tell you more about it if you'd like to contact me. But let me just say, I tried everything, every weight management plan you can think of, every fad diet, my whole life. And it wasn't until I found Arbonne that I really discovered, oh, this is what it feels like to feel good. This is what it feels like to be healthy. This is what it feels like to be confident because I am treating my body well. And so I would love to get to share more about that with you if you're interested. The last thing that I'll highlight today is that I would like to give you a little bit of direction about what your potential response to this might be. It's a lot of information, and I understand that, so let me just bring it home. There are a couple different ways you can respond. First of all, you could host. So if you're at all interested in maybe getting some friends together, either physically or online for something like this, and just letting me share with them about either the skincare line, the company, the nutrition program that I talked about, or all of it, you can earn some great rewards, some free products, some significantly discounted products. And I'm always looking for more people to share the business with, so I would love if you would be willing to host. Another way that you can get involved is becoming a client of mine. And we have an incredible preferred client program. It's a discounted buyers program, and you shop at a 20% discount every time you shop. It's amazing. I'll tell you more about it if you're interested. But basically, if you're going to be a client, you should be a preferred client. And then the last option that I would love to ask you to consider is becoming an independent consultant. If you, like me, have no interest in being your own business owner, then this might be just the job for you, because, as I said, neither did I. But it is an incredible company. The products sell themselves, and it's something that you can do, work hard at, feel good about, and make money doing. And so if you are at all interested in becoming a consultant, or even just hearing about what it might look like for you, I would love to talk with you about that as well. So I really appreciate your time, and I look forward to hearing from you. And I'll go ahead and stop there.